One thing I was curious about is eating disorders, because I've had an eating disorder myself for a long time. I think uh, psychotherapy has helped me deal with it a lot, but it's something that is still very close to my heart and that I'm very curious about. And I'm wondering how specifically, if you had a patient with an eating disorder, what I had was major binge eating disorder. I don't use major in a technical sense. That's just how I would have described it. But how would you treat somebody with an eating disorder using hypnosis?
You look pretty healthy, so you're doing something right, dealing with it. What we do, I had a patient yesterday who had a minor form of binge eating disorder. New patient, I hadn't seen her before. It's chocolates. She just goes nuts for chocolates. So she eats a pretty healthy diet, except when it's time for dessert and the chocolates come out and she just can't stop it. And when I teach people, when I taught her, you would think that I would teach her to try and restrict her eating of chocolate. And I said, well, why do you like eating it? She said, it tastes so good, so much flavor. I just in love with it. It's like a physical attraction to the sensory experience of eating the food. And so you can relate to that. But I said that, what we know now about drug addiction of various kinds, like with opioids, is that you get more arousal in the mesolimbic dopamine reinforcement system in the brain from the chase than you do from the catch. The chase is better than the catch.
Definitely, I can empathize with that.
So you're thinking about the next one the thing to eat before you eat it. So in an odd way, you're actually enjoying eating less because you're so focused on getting more of it. And I said to her, so here's what I want. I'm not going to teach you not to eat. I'm going to teach you to eat and enjoy eating more while you eat less. So I had her actually picture what it felt like in hypnosis to eat one of her favorite chocolates. And the first thing she said after it was, and I didn't prompt her for this, she said, I feel satisfied. It's an interesting word. It wasn't how pleasurable it is or how good it is. I feel satisfied. That she was able to focus on the enjoyment of the eating that she had rather than having to get more and more and more. And she surprised herself with that. So the other concept that I teach people is to think of your body as a trusting, innocent creature that has to take into it anything you put into it, even if it's damaged by it. And so if you have like a pet, a dog or a cat or something, or did you?
I have two. I have a dog and a cat. The cat is usually a co-host, but she's got a nice warm spot with the dog.
Good.
So,
well, she's in the show now because, and my patient yesterday did too. She had both. And I said, would you ever force a whole bunch of food into your cat's mouth that it didn't want? She said, no. So I said, well, why do it to your body? Your body is a trusting, innocent creature, just like your dog or your cat or a baby that has to take into it anything you put into it, even if it's damaged by it. And so think of have a sense of compassion for your body. Allow it to help you enjoy what you do eat, but don't mistreat it by forcing more food into it than it wants or needs. So you cultivate, and she said, I feel more compassion just for my body and for what I eat. So you can enjoy eating more while you eat less. The problem isn't that you want more food. It's that you're not giving yourself a chance to enjoy the food you are eating. And if you do that, you will naturally start to feel more satisfied. So that's what we do in hypnosis. And the hypnosis intensifies that experience. You can see what it really feels like. And you can also begin to see how enjoying what you eat to a greater extent can actually help you reduce the amount you feel you need to, because you're focusing on actually enjoying the experience of tasting and eating the food.